Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Sungudi to yourself. In this video, I'm going to share you how to cut and stitch a beautiful umbrella top from an old saree. Now, without any further delay, let's get into the video. For this project, I have taken a saree and also a lining fabric, and I have taken 3.5 meter lining fabric. To begin with, first I will do markings in the lining and then I will trace that on the main fabric and I will cut it. So total length of my top is bodice plus bottom. So in my case, I have taken 14 inch for bodice and 31.5 inch for bottom. So totally we need 45.5 inch. But I will add some seam allowance for the borders and also for the bottom. Now let's start marking. I have already cut out the required width and length for the borders. Fold the lining fabric by half in width, now by half in length. So here you can see 4 layers and this is the closet side. So first 2 layers for the front portion and the other 2 layers for the back portion. Length of my borders is 15 inch. So actual length is 14 inch plus 1 inch for seam allowance. So just mark 15 inch. Again from here I am going to mark 6.5 inch as a shoulder. So what is your shoulder measurement divided by 2? You have to mark it here. After this, mark half inch down for shoulder slope and then mark 6.5 inch as an armhole depth measurement. Then join these points. And also extend these points. In my measurement, chest is 40 inch divided by 4 is 10 inch plus 1 inch for seam allowance. So I am marking 10 inch plus 1 inch for seam allowance. Totally 11 inch. After this waist measurement, in my measurement waist is 34 inch divided by 4 is 8.5 inch plus 1 inch for seam allowance. So mark 9.5 inch here. Join both the points. And now draw back armhole exactly like this. Then from this point mark half inch inwards and join this with the shoulder point. And also from the back armhole you have to mark half inch inwards and then start drawing the front armhole curve. So with this marking is complete, now I am going to cut it. First you have to cut only the back armhole. Again from the bottom mark 1 inch or half inch up and then draw a slight curve, then cut it. Separate the front and the back portion. So this is the front portion and I have already shared the video for the front portion neckline. Just click the description box for the link. Now place the front portion on the back portion. And then from the top mark half inch down and then join this here. This is for shoulder slope. Now just cut this. Again this is the back portion. So from here, from this point, you have to mark some 3.5 inch as a neck width and neck depth is around 8 inch. So how much you want, that much you can mark it. Then join these points. I'm going to draw a round neckline for the back portion. Whatever neckline you wish to draw, just draw it and then cut it. And that's it. With this, bodice cutting is complete. Now I'll show you how to cut this in the main fabric. This is the saree main fabric and trim both the borders of the main fabric. And also this is the pallu part. You have to remove this. We are going to use this for sleeves. Now I'm trimming the border fabric from the saree. So similarly finish the other side of the border also. And now separate the pallu part from the saree. Here I have separated both the borders and also the pallu part from the saree. Now I am going to trace the borders portion on the main fabric and I will cut it. Just open the saree or fabric and fold it by half in width. Layers. Now I am placing the front portion. Folded side of the front portion and the main fabric should be the same. Similarly for the back portion also. After this, just trace the lining on the main fabric. After tracing this, just cut it. Now back portion also you have to trace and then cut it. So if you are a beginner, you have to pin the fabric, that is the lining fabric, with the main one, and you have to cut it. Otherwise it will be very difficult for you to cut it. So this is how it looks. This is the back portion lining under the main fabric. Now I have already folded the bottom fabric. So here you can see 4 layers and this is the open side. And this side is also open side. And this is the folded side. Now I am going to place the borders here and I will mark the waist measurement. So just check the folded side of the borders and the fabric should be the same. After that, where you are getting the same measurement, there you have to mark the waist measurement. Again from this point, I am going to mark 27.5 inch. Just mark it. After that, what I am going to do is just place this measuring tape at the tip of the fabric and I will see what measurement I am getting. I am getting around 35 inch. So from here you have to mark 35 inch throughout the fabric. And now join these points, then cut it. So this is how it looks. Now separate this and open the fabric. You will have 2 layers in it. First layer is for the front portion and the other layer is for the back portion. Now I am going to show you how to cut the lining for this. So I have taken a lining and I have folded this by half in width. Again you have to fold it one more time. So this is the folded side. I'm just placing the borders here and I'm marking the waist measurement. And from this point I'm just placing the measuring tape till the bottom of the lining and I will mark like this. So again from the bottom you have to mark some 2 inch or 3 inch, how much you want, that much you can mark it and draw a slight curve. Then cut it. Length of the lining, it depends on you. So how much length you want, that much you can mark and cut it. This is how it looks. So now I am going to show you how to cut the sleeves. For that I have taken the pallu part. These are 2 layers and fold this by half in width. So this is the open side and closed side. So from the opposite side you have to mark some 3.5 inch. This is the cap height of my sleeve. Then extend these points. Then from here I am marking some 8.5 inch, which is my sleeve round measurement. I am detecting half inch from my sleeve round measurement. Then from here you have to mark 1 inch for seam allowance. How much you have given for the top, that much you have to mark it. Then mark the length of the sleeve, which is 16 inch in my measurement. At the bottom of the sleeve I am going to attach border, that is the border of the saree. So extend these points. So from this point I am going to mark the sleeve bottom round, which is 5.5 inch in my measurement. Then mark 1 inch for seam allowance. This is 5.5 inch and this is the seam allowance. So join these 2 points. After this you have to join this here also. And now I am going to draw a back sleeve. Just draw a back sleeve. It should pass through the center point of this line. And then join it here. After this, mark half inch inwards for the front sleeve. So the front sleeve should come like this. Then join it here. That's it. Now I am going to cut it. First you have to trim only the back sleeve. Make a center notch. Then open the fabric and check whether the right sides are facing together. Then you have to start slitting the front sleeve. So at the bottom I will add this border to the fabric. Just place the right side of the sleeve and the border facing each other, then make a stitch here. After that make a top stitch. Similarly repeat the same for the other side of the sleeve also. So with this cutting is complete, now I will share you how to stitch it. So this is the right side of the back portion and I am placing the right side of the lining to the right side of the main fabric. Adjust it. Then leave some half-inch space at the neck portion and start making a stitch here. Then turn and make a top stitch. So always pin the fabric before you stitch. Then leave some half-inch space and then start sewing it. After attaching the lining with the neck portion, just make a small cut. Then you have to turn this and make a top stitch, so that the lining fabric will go nicely to the back side of the main fabric. Then turn the lining to the wrong side of the main fabric. After that, attach the lining with the main fabric. So this is the shoulder and armhole. You have to attach all the shoulders, armhole and also the sides and bottom of the fabric. I finished the neckline and also I have attached the lining with the main fabric for all the sides. So this is the wrong side of the back portion. You can see this. This is how it looks. So this is the front portion. As I told earlier, I shared the link on the description box. Please go and check it. And now this is the bottom portion lining, and just place the main fabric on the top of it and then start attaching the lining with the main fabric. After this, I am going to attach the border at the bottom of the fabric. Just place the right side of the border and also the main fabric should same, and then start sewing it. Then make a top stitch. For both front and the back portion, you have to repeat the same procedure. Always you have to make a stitch at the wrong side of the fabric. I finished attaching. Now make a top stitch. Then attach the lining with the main fabric. So both the wrong sides are facing together and I am making a top stitch at the right side of the fabric. So repeat the same procedure for the back portion as well. You can see here I have finished attaching the border with the bottom and also the lining. Now let's see how to attach the front and the back portion. So this is the front portion. I'm just placing the back portion on top of the front portion. Then make a stitch at the shoulder. Attach both the shoulders. You can see here I finished attaching both the shoulders. This is how it looks. Now let's see how to attach the sleeves to the bodice. So I have taken the sleeve portion and this is the bottom fabric. As I already told you, just place this here and make a stitch, then make a top stitch. Repeat the same for the other side of the sleeve as well. Now make a top stitch. I finished attaching the border with both the sleeves, and also I will attach the lining for both the sleeves. Like how I have attached the lining for the border, similar to that we have to attach it. Now let's see how to attach the sleeve with the bodice. Match the center of the shoulder with the sleeve and then start sewing it, and also check the front sleeve correctly. Repeat the same for the other side also. Just match it and start sewing it. I finished attaching both the sleeves with the bodice. Now I will share you how to attach the bottom with the bodice. For that you have to place the bottom here, both are right sides. So just place it here and then start making a stitch at the wrong side of the fabric. So repeat the same procedure for the back portion as well. Make a stitch here. I finished attaching. Now overlap the raw edges. Now make a top stitch. So repeat the same for the other side as well. You can see here I have finished attaching the borders with the bottom for both the front and the back portion. This is the back portion. And now I'll share you how to attach the sides. So starting from the sleeve round, attach till the borders. Then after that, I'll just mark it here. So after that, so starting from the sleeve round, attach till the borders. Then after that, you have to stitch exactly like this. Then you have to lift only the main fabric and keep the lining fabric inside. You have to start making a stitch only at the main fabric till the bottom. After attaching the main fabric, keep the main fabric inside and take the lining fabric and start sewing only the lining fabric. Repeat the same procedure for the other side also. After attaching both the sides, fold the bottom of the lining twice and start sewing at the inner edge of the fabric. So how much seam allowance you have given, that much you have to mark it and then start sewing it. So attach up to this point. Then lift the pressure foot and turn the fabric. Then start sewing it. After this point, you have to lift the lining fabric and take only the main fabric and start sewing only on the main fabric. After this, just keep the main fabric inside and take only the lining fabric and then start sewing only on the lining fabric. Now fold the bottom of the lining twice and then start sewing at the inner edge of the fabric. With this, my stitching is complete. I hope you like this video. If you like it, then do like, share, subscribe and comment. This is how it looks. Thanks for watching.